So a lot of times the hypothetical scenario, the assuming statements, it assumes they're going to say yes, or they're going to give you info. If we were to do this range or that range, would you be willing to do the deal at that price? It assumes the customer is going to say, yeah, if we did this and this and that, we can do the deal. But oftentimes it might just be a no. What do you do in that scenario? If they say, no, even if you give me that, I'm not going to do it. Or no, even in this scenario, it doesn't make sense. No, assuming my wife says yes, I'm still not going to do it today. Using those two, hypothetical and assuming, if they still say no. So good question. In terms of what you're missing or what you've done to get into that scenario, let's put that aside because it's almost irrelevant. At this point, what matters more is how do you handle that? What do you do from here? So what you would do is you look at this entire process as intelligence gathering. You look at it as you're still figuring things out. You're gathering information. So if your customer says, no, assuming you can give me that price and by this date, or break it down into payments for me, let's say in your case, assuming for your highest package, you can break it into 2 payments for me, I still don't know if I'd be able to do this, right? So you didn't get the ideal answer you wanted, whether it's a yes or a no, right? Now you're still kind of confused. You feel like you haven't moved it forward. You can continue by digging deeper. No problem, Mr. Customer. So you're saying that even with 2 payments, you still wouldn't be able to do this. Now, is it because you wouldn't, again, keeping it hypothetical? It's important to keep the line of questioning the same, right? If you're in this scenario. Now, is it because you wouldn't have the payment ready today, or is it because you just wouldn't feel comfortable making the total investment? What is it exactly that would be holding you back? You're continuing to build upon your line of questioning, but keeping it hypothetical. So now he may say, well, yeah, I wouldn't be able to make the payment today. Got it, Mr. Customer. And I would never expect you to overextend yourself, but just so I understand, but is that because you weren't planning on making a decision today? Or is it just because of X, Y, Z, whatever else might be, right? And they say, I wouldn't be making a decision on a first time. It's just not what I do. I don't make rash decisions, whatever, right? Now you understand like what's going on. Now you understand, first of all, he is qualified. He does have the money. He's able to do this deal. Now you understand that third party you guys were referring to, or the hypothetical scenario, wasn't actually the real thing. That you're starting to dig deeper and peeling the layers of the onion to get to the real objections, to get to the hidden objections, because the goal is this. And again, this is actually part of today's lesson too. One main thing you want to do is isolate the objection, right? You want to isolate the real objection. And a lot of this line of questioning, the hypothetical, the assuming statements, all of these different tactics and techniques and strategies we talk about, it's to get to the bottom line and isolate the real objection so you know what to do from there. Once you isolate the real objection, there's also strategies there on how to close, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about today. But before you can isolate the real objection, you can't do anything. So you want to continue your line of questioning and look at it as, well, I didn't get the exact answer I wanted, but I still got intel. I still got information. And look at how you can build on that same line of questioning and keep using the hypothetical scenarios mixed with options. Like, is it this or that? If we do this range to that range, if we do this and that, would you be willing to? And then continue to see where they're at, continue to check their pulse, right? Back and forth, the push pull. And then from there, you can gauge what the real objection is and you can isolate it.